Welcome to the Carbon Ether podcast, where knowledge meets understanding. I'm your host today, Chameleon. Please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Today, I will be talking about Anunnaki. They're a group of deities from the ancient Sumerian and Akkadian texts, also the Babylonians. In the earliest Sumerian writings about them, which come from post-Akkadian period, the Anunnaki are deities in the pantheon and descendants of An, the god of the heavens, and Ki, the goddess of the earth. And the primary function was to decree the fates of humanity. Ancient air astronauts, over a series of published books, starting with the Chariots of the Gods in 1968, Eric von Daniken claimed that the extraterrestrials, ancient astronauts, had visited a prehistoric Earth. Daniken explains the origin of religions as reaction to a contact with the alien race and offers interpretations of the Sumerian texts and the Old Testament as evidence. In 1976, a book called The 12th Planet, which the author, Zecharia Sitchin, claimed that the Anunnaki were actually advanced humanoid extraterrestrial species from the undiscovered planet called Nibiru, who came to Earth around 500,000 years ago and constructed a base of operations in order to mine gold and precious metals that are here on the Earth. These Anunnaki were very intelligent, high advanced beings that knew about sacred geometry, which is a thing that we use today, and very smart. The Anunnaki hybridized their species here on the planet. They took the Homo erectus that was already currently here on the planet and did a process called in vitro fertilizations to create humans that we have today. As a slave species, to do all the work, the mining for the gold and all that, so they could reinforce their atmosphere on the planet called Nibiru. Anunnaki were forced to temporarily leave the Earth's surface and orbit the planet when the Antarctic glacier melted, causing the Great Flood, which also destroyed the planet's bases that were here on Earth. They all had to be rebuilt, and because of the flood, and it destroyed everything. The Anunnaki had to create more humans to help with this massive effort and taught mankind agriculture, the common agriculture that we have today, planting and all of that stuff. They taught us. Sitchin, the Anunnaki, he says the Anunnaki built the pyramids and all other monumental structures around the ancient world that the ancient astronaut theorists consider. So it was completely impossible to build without the technology that they had. You know, the common technology that we have today can't even build some of the structures that are megalithic. We can't even duplicate it. So it would take a massive machine to pick up the boulders that are placed into the pyramids. Sitchin expanded his mythology later in works including The Stairway to Heaven in 1980 and The Wars of the Gods and Men. So the Ajiji were some of the slave people or people that were in partnership with the Anunnaki that helped, build some of these megalithic structures. They got mad because they're like, we're being treated unfair. We need to go to war. So in order for them not to go to war, that's when the Anunnaki created the common man that we have today, actually. There was an End of Days, Armageddon, and the prophecy of the return in 2007. Sitchin predicted that the Anunnaki would return to Earth possibly as soon as 2012, corresponding to the end of the long count calendar that we have today. Sitchin's writings have been universally rejected by mainstream historians And we know why, because they have books that control us to this day. They don't want this type of information to be out to the public, so they would research on their own. If you want to research it, you can go back and look at it and do your research. Don't go by my word, but go by the research that you obtain. Also, Sumerian words give them radically different meanings from their accepted definitions. David Icke, a British conspiracy theorist who popularized reptilian conspiracy theory, has claimed that the reptilian overlords of this theory are in fact the Anunnaki. Clearly influenced by Sitchin's writings, it adapts in favor of the New Age and conspiratorial agenda. Its speculation of the Anunnaki incorporates the far-right views on history, posting an Aryan master race descended by the blood of the Anunnaki. So basically, what they were taught was slavery back then was followed by the Aryan people, and that's how we got the slave situation with the blacks and the whites here. So it was learned by that. The Anunnaki in the 1990s, Sitchin wrote several books about this whole theory. In closing, I would like to bring to the forefront the missing parts of history that has been purposely erased to confuse us with fear-based tactics. I'm not telling you not to read the Bible, not to read the Quran, not to do whatever you want to do that, that helps you spiritually. So inside, you do your own research. Thanks for listening today. Again, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Chameleon, and I'm signing out.
History been twisted, write another script.